Okay, so let's sharpen this up a bit and then add our little bumpers around the side. So very simply, we're going to take our knife tool and in the side view here, just go right across. And then you can take the points like you've done before. Select loop, move them. That sharpens out the bottom for us. Okay. From there, I'm going to take this top edge here. I'm going to hit the tab key, turn off the subdivisions for the time being. Okay. And what I need to do is create a bit of a lip around the top. Okay. So we're going to knife one more time. That'll give us a good bit of control. Hold the control key and I'm just going to slice right across like that. Then in polygon mode, just switch to polygon, spacebar all the way through. Select a couple of polygons like that. And I select it in the shaded view so it doesn't select all the way through. You select wireframe, it goes all the way through. Select loop, Shift A to fit. You can see I didn't get all of it. That's because my slice stops, and that's okay. Select this side. Select loop. Okay, and now I've got the polygons I've wanted. Like that. Now, if I expand these, and my mode is still set to origin, so it'll come from the center. So if I just choose my scale tool and I scale these out, it kind of works, but I get that weird kind of curvature. So I could create another slice and work that way. But there's a little nice feature that the way I had intentionally kind of bevel these up and down, if I do another bevel, I'll create this nice little soft ledge that I'm looking for. So I'll come over here to multi-shift, which is, again, like a bevel with group. So you can group your polygons, make sure that's on. And then just kind of click and drag out to about there. And spacebar turns off the tool, and you can click a little blank area to deselect. So now when you hit the tab key, you get that nice little edge with just a little bit of a lip in there. Just more control to work with. Okay. Now I'm going to undo so I can get back to my selection and then redo. Just saves me a little step. Turn on multi-shift again. And this time, and again, my group polygons is still on. I'm just going to move my mouse to the left and then forward. That's forward and back, left and right is my inset. So I'm just going to kind of go about like there. And then when I hit the tab key, that's going to help sharpen that up a bit, which is exactly what I'm looking for. And we can sharpen up that bottom underneath, but now we've got a nice little rubber ledge all the way around, which is good. Okay. Next, we're going to create just a bit of an inset in here. So we're going to take this guy here, select a loop, goes all the way around. We don't necessarily need it down in here, but I think it'll look just fine. So again, we're going to go to multi-shift, and we're just going to click. This one's going to be a little bit slower, just because we're working with a lot more geometry. And make sure you get in there tight. You don't want it too much. And I'm going to right-click to reset the multi-shift. You can see it activate after a second there. And then just drag my left mouse and then down a bit. And this might be in a little too much, but now we've got our little inset there. We can put our chips and whatever else. Not real happy with that, so I'm going to undo it and use my multi-shift, I think just once. I think I just want it once instead of twice. Not so sharp. See, remember I told you about my computer being a little older and slower? You'd think I'd have a faster computer, wouldn't you? The days of freebies are gone. Okay. There. Just want a little inset like that. Okay, because that's going to be a wood trim. This will be our nice cushion on the outside. And since this will be our cushion, you can do a loop select around here as well as here. Select loop. Yep, that's good. And then come back in here. G key to center where my mouse is and period key to zoom in. You don't need to bevel this. What I'm actually going to do, it looks like I got underneath too. That's something you got to be careful of when you're selecting things, to not get your polygons underneath. Basically what I'm trying to do here is select. Yeah, it's going all the way around is what it's doing, which I guess in some cases is good. All I want to do is select the top. So let's just deselect these. It's good that it gets the top, but we don't need it right now. Okay, like that. And I want to do both sides at the same time so we know we're accurate. And instead of deselecting one, we could just continue our selection with another. Because if I go and do loop select again, select loop, I'll just have to go and deselect the other side again. Can waste a lot of time selecting and deselecting, that is for sure. Okay, and all I'm doing, all this work, it's just to take this and just move it up. That's all. That's all I wanted to do. Sad, I know. But that just created just a little bit nicer edge there. All right, so there is our initial table. And the rest we got to do is put our little baffles on the inside, and then we're going to put our big texture map right on the face there. And I've been working on our own map, but I think I might use a different one. I've got a couple of others here, ones like this that we can mirror over and just map down, low-res ones. But it'd be nice to have a high-res one as well, which I'm sure we can find our way around to something like that. We got to put some legs on there. So we got one more video. Put the legs on, and then we're going to put some materials on here, or put at least our material names on here, our surfaces, so that when we get into layout, we can texture and light it with some nice mahogany wood. But first, let's get on to the next video. Put some legs and some baffles in there.